And so Jesus meets Mary, and there are a bunch of Jews who are with her who are professional wailers. Now, I totally could have done that job. You start crying, I'm right there with you. That's one reason that I really couldn't ever be a full-time counselor. I'm much better at a teacher position because people start crying and I'm just a mess. So, professional wailer right here. So they come out, they're crying their eyeballs out, and Mary comes up to him, and where is she again? This is interesting. Look at verse 32. Therefore, when Mary came where Jesus was, she saw him and fell at his feet. Right? We see Mary at Jesus' feet a lot, saying to him, now listen to these words, see if they ring a bell. Lord, if you'd been here, my brother would not have died. That's the exact same thing that Martha had just said. And that's it. That's all she says. Because she can't say anything more because she's crying so much, right? All right, then look at this. When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews who came with her also weeping, of course, he was deeply moved in spirit and was troubled. Okay, the weeping there is this loud wailing. It's more wailing, right? And that may be what your translation says. They are just all out distraught. Okay, so here's the deal. I decided to look up, what does this mean he was deeply moved in spirit? What does your translation say there? Say the same thing? Groaning. Okay, yeah, that's a great translation actually. Because it's groaning, listen to this. It also means snorting with anger, like horses would do. You've seen horses, right? That, I won't do it because that'll embarrass me, but you know, they do their little hoof thing and whatever they do. Yeah, okay, and it also means to express indignation against, to rebuke sternly, to murmur against. That's what's going on in his spirit. There's anger there. Now, do you think he's angry at the people for wailing? No. He's angry that there's death. Because Jesus did not create God. Jesus did not create us to die. We're made for eternity. And so he is now a human, and he's experiencing death as a human being. And it ticks him off. And he's snorting within himself. He's angry within himself. And he was troubled. And that troubled is a movement to action. He needs to take action now. And so he says, where have they laid him? Where have you laid him? And they said to him, Lord, come and see. And so he goes with them. And this is all the verse that we memorized. We're so proud of ourselves, right? When we were little kids. I memorized a verse. Jesus wept. Okay, now this weeping is different from the wailing that Mary and the Jews are doing. This is the only time in Scripture that this weeping word is used. And it just means to shed a tear. So he's not necessarily being quite as demonstrative as them. But I started thinking, why did Jesus even cry? I mean, think about it. He knows what he's about to do, right? He's about to raise him from the dead within mere moments. So why bother with crying? He's human, yes. So he's feeling death on that human level. And it stinks. I mean, we'll find out literally that death really does stink when Mary says, no, really, don't pull back the stone because it smells in there. But yeah, he's feeling it on a human level. It is awful, awful to lose one of your best friends. It hurts. But I think there's another reason that Jesus cried at this point, and it's because that's exactly what Mary needed. Remember, he's still interacting with her. He's had the spiritual conversation with Martha, and Mary says the exact same thing, and he starts crying with her. You ever had a friend do that with you? Okay, I'm talking to the women because I know men, you guys may or may not cry, whatever. But yeah, sometimes that's exactly what I need. I don't need your wise words. I just need you to cry with me because it hurts. And that's what Jesus was doing. And that's what he does with us. We may experience the very same, two sisters may experience the very same situation, and yet you need very different things from Jesus. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to